My name is Arthur. I'm 86. For most of my life, I believed in destinations, a point on a map where you were supposed to arrive, where things settled, where you could finally look around and say, yes, here, this is it. I had a map for that, a literal one. It was a large oilcloth map of the county, the kind you could buy at a gas station 50 years ago. It lived in my glove compartment, then in a drawer, and for the last 20 years it's been folded in a bottom dresser drawer under my sweaters. The creases are worn white like scars. I marked it up, you see, with a fine tip pen, a small X for every place I thought I was supposed to be. The neighborhood we'd buy the house in, the good school, the office building downtown where I'd have my own corner office by 40, the quiet lake for retirement. I connected them with a faint, deliberate line, a route, my route. I followed that line faithfully. I got the house, not in the exact neighborhood, but close enough. The school was good. The office, well, I had an office. It had a window that looked at another window. I kept my head down. I worked. I provided. I crossed the X's off one by one with a sense of grim satisfaction. I was navigating correctly. The cost was in the scenery I drove past, the missed turns I never took because they weren't on the line. There's one X I never made, a small town called Birch Creek. It wasn't on my map's route. It was a detour. It was the summer of 1974. I was driving back from a business meeting, ahead of schedule for once. I saw the sign for Birch Creek, next exit 2 miles. On a whim, I took it. The road wound down into a valley, following a creek that glittered in the late afternoon sun. The town was just a main street, a hardware store, a diner with a flickering neon sign, a small park with a wooden bandstand. I stopped for a coffee at the diner. The bell on the door jingled. A woman was sitting at the counter, reading a book. She looked up. We smiled. Just a polite, nothing smile. Her name was Clara. She was visiting her aunt. We talked, not about deliverables or mortgages or 5-year plans. We talked about the creek and why the willows grew crooked like that, and the book she was reading, something about migrating birds. An hour passed, then 2. The light through the diner window turned that deep golden color that seems to exist only in memory. I remember her asking me what I was doing out this way. I told her about my meeting, my job back in the city. She listened, then she said, "You sound like you're reading from a manual." She didn't say it unkindly. It was just an observation, a true one. I had to leave to make it home for dinner. I stood by my car, keys in hand. She walked out with me. She said, "The herons nest just upstream at dawn. It's something to see." An invitation, not explicit, but it was there, hanging in the humid air. And I looked at my watch. I thought of the X waiting for me at home, of the line on my map. I said, "I have a long drive." I got in the car. I drove away. I never even got her last name. If you have a map, maybe don't follow it so closely. Or, if you'd like, you can tell me about a road you didn't take. I'll be here, listening.